said at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and I'm going to read his quote. President Biden's decline and its cover-up by the people around him is a reminder that every White House, regardless of the party, is capable of deception. We, myself included, missed a lot of this story, and some people trust us less because of it. Can you comment on those remarks and whether you agree with that assessment?
I do agree with that assessment from Alex Thompson, who I understand won an award for writing a story months and perhaps years after the American people already knew that story to be true. Millions of Americans watched our mentally incompetent president struggle with his day-to-day duties of this office. We watched our country be ran into the ground as a result, and nobody in the media wanted to write about that, talk about it. There were many reporters, I will say, right-leaning reporters who did talk about that, who didn't get awards, didn't get coverage. In fact, they were lambasted for their coverage. And I remember being on President Trump's campaign, talking about Joe Biden's clear mental incompetence and being accused by people in this room of manufacturing deep fake videos, trying to persuade the public into not believing what they saw with their own eyes for many years. And I think it's about time the legacy media finally admits that was one of the greatest cover-ups and scandals that ever took place in American history, and certainly it did contribute to the decline in the trust that Americans have for the legacy media.
You know, one of my favorite people in the world, in history, was our 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln has a lot of great quotes. One of his favorite ones, one of my favorite ones from Lincoln is this one here. He says, nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we tested the character of the Democratic Party by giving them power. And believe me when I tell you, that pack of perverts failed. Went up to Washington, D.C. and just lost their mind. And now the chickens are finally coming home to roost. They put a sock puppet into the Oval Office. A dude that was absolutely positively insane. We told him during the election because he was hiding. They called him hiding Biden. They knew he was crazy. The press covered it up. Democrats covered it up. Liberals covered it up. And now everybody know. Everybody know. Everybody know. A 2-year-old child can look at the TV and say, that man ain't got good sense. He lost his mind. And now we all know they've been lying. Oh, if you want to check a man's character, give him power. See, because if he had power, if he had character with his power, they would have told us, look, man, the president's not there. We got to invoke the 25th Amendment. We got to put the vice president in. And we got to do this right because the United States of America is the most powerful country in the world. We have nuclear weapons. The president walks around with a football, nuclear football. He got the codes, man. The guy has a $7 trillion budget. He can send money all over the place. He can determine life and death, war and peace. You can't have a crazy man up there. Oh, no, 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 not them. And now they are paying for it. Yeah, man, this is biblical right here. In our Bible, King Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's feeling himself. Yeah, gave him power. Rolled up into Jerusalem, destroyed the temple, burnt it up. Took all the children of Israel and the Jewish people into captivity in Babylon, killed them. You know what happened to him? In Daniel 4, it talks about what happened to King Nebuchadnezzar. He had this disease called bone atrophy. It's a word believing that you are an animal. They said that Nebuchadnezzar got on all fours like a dog, walked around in the wilderness. His hair grew down on him. His nails grew out. He lost his mind. You know why? Because he was evil. He had done evil things. He destroyed the temple in Jerusalem. Adolf Hitler, Holocaust. You know about him. Lost his mind. Lost his mind. You seen him on the films that the last time he was with the little boys trying to get them to go into war with his hand behind his back shaking, stooped over, meth head, crazy. Saddam Hussein. You saw they found him, pulled him out the ground, disheveled, beard, dirty. Now we got Joe Biden. The whole world, he was exposed, just like Nebuchadnezzar, just like Hitler, just like Saddam Hussein, exposed in front of the whole world. Why? Well, I remember during the debate when Donald Trump said that the Democratic Party was a party that believed in abortion after birth, and everybody went crazy. Oh, Donald Trump lying. Ain't nobody believing in abortion after birth. I want y'all to check on something. All of you intelligent people. Check out the Born Alive bill that the House passed. The Born Alive bill. The Born Alive bill basically said that if a woman's going through an abortion and the abortion happened to not take, the child survived the abortion, that the doctors would have to render aid to the child, because before the Born Alive bill, they killed the child anyway. They put it in a closet and let it die, or they would kill it on the table. Almost every Democrat voted against it. I think maybe 3 didn't. That's right. So everybody, Donald Trump lied about it. No. He told the truth. And Joe Biden said that he would have vetoed it if it got into his desk. Chuck Schumer didn't take it up in the Senate. The Democrats wouldn't hear it. That's why they're being exposed. That border. Y'all just think it's about illegals coming in? Oh, no. I saw this terrible story. This young lady, she was illegal. They caught her. She turned herself in, basically. And they checked her pockets. And she had what they thought were drugs, a bag of drugs in her pocket. And when they looked at them, they said, these are not drugs. What are they? And the little girl said something that just broke my heart. She said that these are morning after pills that I bought with me, because I knew that on this journey I was going to be raped several times. And I did not want to get pregnant. And Joe Biden allowed this to happen. Young women are getting raped and murdered here in the United States of America. Every night by illegals that he allowed to come here. That's why he's exposed. Aborting babies up to the 9th month. Going to the Supreme Court to force Tennessee to allow minors to get sex change operations. And then he said he wanted to not have a limit, an age limit, to minors who get sex change operations. Which means that if a child is born and the parent has to be some type of psychopath weirdo, that the mother or the father can say, hey, I want that boy to be a girl. And they can take that child and castrate him, because he doesn't want any limits to sex change operations. That's why he's being exposed. That's why God set him up in front of the whole world to be ridiculed and looked upon. That's why he's lost his mind. That's why the Democratic Party, who hoisted them up, are being exposed too, because they support all the same things. I told you they were done. I was on Tucker Carlson's show 2 years ago when he was still with Fox. You can look at the interview. It's on Rumble right now. And I told Tucker they're done. They're an evil institution. And just like evil and insane people, they cannot stop doing evil. And sooner or later, they're going to tell off on themselves. They're going to cannibalize themselves. I told them they were going to cannibalize themselves. And look at what they're doing now. A circular firing squad, killing each other. That's what all evil people do. Yeah, they fight each other now. They call each other out each other's name. They all running for the mattresses. They all trying to fight to save their own necks. You know why? Because they're an evil institution, and now it's caught up with them. And I'm just having a ball watching it. But you know what, y'all? This is a dangerous time in America right now, because Voltaire said, it is dangerous to be right in matters on which the established authority are wrong. It is dangerous to be right in matters on which the established authority are wrong. We're right, they're wrong. All right, friends, Vince Everett Ellison is here. I want you to go to my website, and on my website, you're gonna see a lot of great stuff, man. You're gonna see that we got t-shirts, we got caps, you got my books, my documentaries, you got all kinds of stuff on VinceSpeaksTruth.com. Go there. We're dropping new t-shirts, we're dropping new merchandise. My new book, The End of Tolerance, is there. The End of Tolerance. Make sure you get it, make it #1. If you got my first 3, get The End of Tolerance. It's just as good. And it's telling us we have to end our tolerance with these leftists, these Democrats. We can no longer allow them to sexually groom our children. We can no longer allow them to castrate little boys and call them little girls, run God out of the public square, take away our guns, take away our sovereignty. No longer allow it. So go on VinceSpeaksTruth.com. That is VinceSpeaksTruth.com. Hit merchandise. You'll see the t-shirts. You'll see the caps. You'll see the books. You'll see the documentaries. You'll see it all. And let's keep this ball rolling. God bless you.